A lot of my music is Mexican orientated because a lot of Mexican fans relate to the things that we've been through, either together as just a culture or singular, like, man, my gal left me, your gal left you growing up, whatever it could be. But a lot of songs that I've done over time, I did a song called Fuck a Green Card, probably like in 2013. I did a song called Fuck with a Mexican, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So I've always tried to communicate with my audience. You know what I'm saying? Through the music. Whether it be through immigration, having fun, life, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've always been trying to like communicate with them like some kind of positive message. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna get through this shit type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm appreciative, you know, that I got them fans that'll fuck around and jam that.
Yeah, no question about it, man. And like, again, man, unity is the key.
Yeah.
And never let society and policy and lies and all that and corruption, never let that divide the black and the brown. Don't ever let that happen, man. Because you know, we about in the same boat.
Yeah.
You know, so with that being said, go ahead.
Because that's why when you just said that, I remember this week, I think I've been watching online with Mexican OT. He went to like some kind of podcast and they asked him a simple question that was like, why do you feel like it's cool for you to say the N-word? And then he was like, 'cause I grew up around homies and that's what we do. So what do you think about stuff like that?
That's not a good enough excuse.
Yeah.
To me, I would say, I like OT. He a cool dude. You cool, bro.
Yeah.
But I look at it from two ways. Now let's, culturally and music, let's start with music.
Okay.
You're a Mexican rapper. Our biggest Mexican Latin rappers would be Pitbull, Baby Bash, Burner, somebody like that. They never use that word in the music. They don't need to.
Exactly.
They're the biggest rhymers in the world, the biggest musicians in the world. Now, I can understand when people say, oh, but we're from Texas, we're different. Bro, that means nothing on a worldwide scale.
Yeah.
When it comes to people in France, people in Paris, people all over, they don't care about what you and your partners talk about in Texas, bro.
Okay.
So if you're trying to be a bigger artist musically, you have to cater and know that certain people not trying to hear that shit.
Yeah.
So you can't just go around throwing words because you think, oh yeah, this is how me and my partners get down.
Yeah.
Like, nah, bro, certain cities and towns, they're not rocking with that shit because culturally,
Come on,
they done been through some shit.
Exactly, yeah.
So in my music, I never said it. Not one time. Now, if I'm talking to you, it might slip out in conversation or something, but I try not to.
Yeah.
Because I understand where I grew up, but I know everywhere it don't fly.
Yeah.
So not one time in any of my music are you gonna hear me ever say that word.
I didn't. That's why.
But I understand that people think, oh, Texas is different, but that don't make it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about learning and knowing history. Because I think a lot of times, to your point, it's more so where you grew up and who you grew up around. And I'm gonna tell you something that we make a mistake at as black people. Sometimes we feel like we would give somebody the pass to say it. You know, white dude grew up around, oh man, he want us, he cool. Yeah, but he can't say that. You know, oh brother, you know, and so historically, when you know the history of that word and why it was used and what it meant coming from the mouths and the minds of somebody else,
even now,
you got to
somebody
factor that
say,
in.
But even for now, for somebody to say, oh, well, they don't mean it in that fact. Okay, cool, my G. It's cool. Okay, when y'all get back on the tour bus, if that's y'all, just use it all you want. But when you get on that beat and you represent Mexican people and you have other people listening, I know Mexican people that don't like that fucking word.
Yeah.
I know black folks that don't like that fucking word. So if I know that they don't like it, let me step back. If I'm a person that don't care about consequence, say that shit all you want. But if I care about consequences, don't say that shit.
And it has sensitivity. It care about other people's sensitivity.
That's what I mean. Like,
you don't know the history. You don't know the damage that word might have done to somebody else. So it would be like if your woman was telling you how something you might say to her makes her feel, and you take it like, oh, baby, ain't nobody, I'm just playing. You taking that too serious. You don't know her history of her daddy might have beat her and said that every time he beat her. So these are the things that we got to look at when we just frivolously think that it's only a word, even when we take it as, like they say, a term of endearment.
But even so, people that are probably saying, oh, it's just a word, they got to be under 30. under 25. You still stay at home. You ain't never went through nothing. You never been nowhere. And you don't got you got nothing going on to where it's even gonna hurt you to say the word. Person like Mexican OT got everything going for him, could be one of the biggest artists in the world. There's no point to use a word that could put you in a corner to where it's gonna make fans not like you, knowing that not everybody appreciates that word.
No question about it.
So for you, just being an artist, you shouldn't say it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in a person, you know. And I've had different conversations.
I'll take that back. Exactly what you said. Musically and culturally, you shouldn't say it.
Right. I was like I said, I was talking to Smackwater last night, and he was giving his view. He was basically saying that as black people, we got bigger fish to fry than worried about that. And yeah, we do have bigger fish to fry than that. So I agreed with him on that. But on a big scale, there's more components to it than just that. It's
I wouldn't even say y'all letting shit slide. It's just at some point you can't let certain things that used to mean something not mean nothing.
Yeah, it's a lot of bloodshed under that word for us. A lot of bloodshed, a lot of horrible things happen to us behind that word. So, and it's very detailed because people will go into the African versions of it, niggas and all. Well, and we've had those but that stuff ain't relevant to what comes out of the heart of somebody who mean it in a malicious way.
Well, just for him being a Mexican artist or any Mexican artist, like, you don't need to say that word because, first of all, like I said, it's going to put you in a corner. Not everybody agrees with it. And if we really look at our history of who the biggest Latin artists are, they don't
use it.
But the reason they don't use it is because they know better. It don't fly everywhere. And if we really just gonna be just on the artist side, name a brand of clothing or Reeboks or Nikes that's gonna look at this artist and be like, you know what? We like what you saying. Put that in a song on this Nike song, on this commercial.
Nike trying to steal to everybody.
Bro, they're gonna tell you, even if you try to put that into any branding song, if you can't put it into a brand song, being Mexican, don't use it. It's gonna hurt you.
And again, I bring it to us too because we gotta stop saying that. You know, and I know it's a lot of black people, we love it. We gonna hug on and hold on to it, but we gotta let it go as well. As far as even for a term of endearment, we have to let it go. You know, that's just.
And I know a lot of younger folks probably like, you know, gonna tell them, hey, younger, tell me how to talk.
No doubt.
Look, if you want to be with your partners and that's how y'all talk and how y'all get down, cool, do your thing. All I'm saying is if you're gonna go out here and try to be a big artist in the world, understand that it don't fly with everybody. So if you're trying to get some big money, some big sponsors and big checks, keep it out of your lingo because it's not cool with everybody.
And another thing too, you know, every race of people has terms and words that are offensive to that race of people.
All the time.
So if other people was to project and put out words that may be offensive to white culture, Latin culture, Asian culture, now you see, now I feel it. You know what I'm saying? And some people might say, well, I don't care, say what you want, but more people than not would have a problem with that. No, so that's why I said you got to always focus in on the history of a thing, not where you caught it at. Because the history of that word as it was directed towards us, it don't come from a good place.
For sure. That's what I'm saying. Musically, it ain't gonna happen because culturally, it's not acceptable, bro. So just leave it out of the shit.
Hey man, okay, Keystone, hit him. Let's get some knowledge in.
Hey man,
on the close out, man. Come on, Keystone.
Trust me, dog. I'm the same way. Hey,
absolutely, man.
But look, I got love for OT. Hey, I rock with you, bro. You know,
and how old is OT?
Probably in his 20s.
Yeah, so you know, he's young, and that I know for a fact, without even knowing the man, there's a lot of history that he doesn't know, and now he's learning because I did see what he issued out an apology for. See, he's learning because if somebody don't get to you, I just did a video on my channel tonight about media training. You know, whether it be formal or informal, you gonna get trained formally, or you gonna say something crazy that's gonna informally train you to know how to talk next go around.
I also want to say that for OT, I know probably like this is going to be a rough week for him, you know what I'm saying, of all this going on. But a lot of the people that he may feel he probably lost their respect, he don't need to feel that it's gone forever. Respect is earned. you can always earn somebody respect back.
Yeah.
Depending on where you take it from today.
Absolutely.
So if you learn from your mistakes and be like, you know what, I own up to that I fucked up, then from what you do here on out is gonna help be the man that you are tomorrow, bro.
The public is more forgiving than we give them credit for a lot of the time. Yeah. So you have don't.
Even your homeboys though, even the people that's around you that might have lost your respect, there's always a way to gain their respect back, and who you are as a person shows through that. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So don't think it's the end of the world. It's probably a rough weekend for you, but bro,
take it as a learning.
That's all you can do.
Experience, and like I say, don't double down on ignorance, which a lot of people do. You know. We just got through talking about Trump a minute ago. But yeah, never double down. Just learn, because I may not know why this offended you, but I should always be willing to learn and understand.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no question about it.
Man, it's your big brother K Reno. Look, man, the Underground Dialogue website is back in function. We back in motion, man. If y'all want Underground Dialogue podcast merch, whatever you need, go to undergrounddialogue.com and check us out, and always make sure that every Wednesday night y'all are checking out the Underground Dialogue podcast right on YouTube, 9 p.m. Central Time. Yeah! What's up, man? It's your big brother K Reno, and check this out, man. The Underground Dialogue podcast is offering advertising opportunities, man. You can promote your business, you can promote your video, your song, whatever it is that you have, man. Reach out to us if you're interested in promoting on the Underground Dialogue podcast. All you got to do is email us at undergrounddialoguepodcast@gmail.com. Get it. What up, man? It's your big brother K Reno. I'm proud to announce that I'm a new brand ambassador to this new brand of clothing and shoes called Volas. Y'all make sure that y'all support this. It's already available. Houston-based company, straight out the A. Look at the quality of the packaging itself. We ain't even got to the shoes yet, man. And this is just one pair of shoes, one design. They got all kinds of dope designs of shoes that you guys can choose from. Go to volas.biz and find your order, find what you want. Wide selection to choose from, male and female items, and I'm proud to be a part of it, man. Community workers, versatile products, Volas, manufactured in Italy. Look at the quality of this box. Y'all don't know what it is. Catch y'all later on.